about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Atlanta Falcons taking on the New York Jets. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Play action, now Taylor. He'll get this to Lazard. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
A gain of 10 yards.
A good start. One play, 10 yards.
Play action here on the first play from scrimmage. They want to see how the linebackers are going to react. Are they looking to stop the run? Or are they going to sit back in coverage? A really nice job there of going in attack mode early, and they pick up a quick first down.
Over the middle, complete. It's back. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
And as a quarterback, you're always pleased when you can use all the weapons at your disposal. Here he spots his fullback underneath, gets the completion right there for a nice pickup.
From the 44-yard line, here's second and a couple. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Garrett Wilson, 56 yards. And the Jets march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage. Had the option to hand that one off or run it himself, but instead a really easy quick pass.
I like the way they made a decisive decision and got it right to the receiver.
That's a live ball scooped up by the offense. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Following the botch PAT, they're set to kick this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Looking to put a drive together. On play action, Cousins. His throw incomplete. Well, that's not the way you want to start. First pass attempt and a first drop all in one.
Well, you've got plenty of time to make up for it, but obviously not the way you want to get things started. Got to shake that off and get going.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Play action now. Cousins. And the Jets pressure 2 notches. Down he goes. They get to him for a loss of 4. And it brings up 3rd down on the sack.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Davis now to return it. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And the Jets will take over. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their 2nd drive. This could end up being a pretty big drive. I mean, look, yes, it's early in this game, but they scored the touchdown. They got the stop. And now if they could get in the end zone here again, CD, they could grab an early stranglehold on this one.
Yeah, they certainly can, and that's what you're looking for. Where's the advantage? Can you gain it? Can you press it? Now for them, finishing it off, because right now it's out there for them. They've just got to go seize it. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now it's Taylor. He finds Wilson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through a 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one. Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but maybe circle this play, because if they get the stop and hold them to a field goal here, that's a pretty good job. They're already down on the scoreboard.
A stop now would be vital for them, because it could save them from having to do it multiple times later in the game in order to either get back into it or maybe have a chance to win.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 18 yards, a big pickup there on third down.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. Third down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
Now Taylor. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Out of the gun, it's Taylor. And he's going to go down again. We've seen how this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on this drive, as a matter of fact. But that time, they had him covered.
They really gave him no place to escape, because oftentimes they're able to find a crack, a sliver, anything that can get them upfield. On that occasion, nothing open at all, and they swarmed him.
Now the play clock hits 0 here, and we're going to get a delay. That flag, that'll push him back 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Here's Taylor. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Good defensive call right there, because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from adding another catch to his big start.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one, as it's good from 56 yards out. And high fives for that one, as that drive ends in 3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out. No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
And that is too far out in front. He couldn't haul it in. Incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. And New York set to take the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
2nd and 10.
Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Paul want to give up the middle. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
They force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Here's Taylor. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Recovered by the Falcons.
Cousins now after the fumble recovery. They'll get this into the hands of Hodge.
It appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do in that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
2nd down and 8. Play fake. Cousins. That's complete to the tight end, William. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 at a 1st down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
To throw, Cousins. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
when the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage, and that's exactly what he got done there.
Now Cousins. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Now Cousins. Going for Kyle Pitts again. He's got him again. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be second down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
2nd and 3 from the 9. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Cousins on the keeper. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5.
They pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with it back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talked about in different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it.
That gets them 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
In motion, the tight end. After 1, it's 9-0. Second quarter now, Falcon football. As they come up now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
3rd and goal for Cousins. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Jarnell Mooney, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons have got it back to within a score. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself, no reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Gonzalez good on the extra point. And the lead is down to 2. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Nifty move. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Another go-around now for the Jets offense. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
It was the linebacker Leonard Floyd on the stop.
At the
And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Ball again on second down.
And he stopped immediately there. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed a big hit for a loss. Here's Taylor to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
So on 4th down, out comes Austin McNamara to punt for New York. The Falcons send Jamal Agnew deep to return.
Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together.
He'll get it to Robinson to begin the drive.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
A gain of 8 on the keeper and a 1st down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
They go play action. Cousins. Throws right side, and that's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
And maybe that touchdown on the previous drive has re-energized this offense a little bit. They've been kind of sluggish until then, but they're showing signs of life here, and they get good yardage that time and a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson.
And he's going to get this one down to the 30. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
They just do get the play off. Now Cousins.
Yeah, to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
Now Zane Gonzalez for the field goal try. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. Gonzalez's kick is good, and they take the lead here by a point, 10-9. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field.
The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
Looking to put a drive together.
They'll give it to Hall to start the drive.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. 3-4 defense, and that O-line really dominated the D-line on that play.
And think of it this way. With a 3-4, you have a natural bubble over each guard because those guys don't have defenders over them. Oftentimes, if you want to run up the middle, they can get upfield and get on the linebackers right now, and that gives the running back a heck of a chance to get into the secondary.
Yeah, he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
46 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10, down at the 31. They go play action with Taylor.
That's caught left side. Ruckert with it.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Now Taylor.
That back foot throw there is incomplete.
Yeah, offenses always try to be smart about when they're trying to dial up a screen to the running back because they understand you can only go to the well so many times in a game without the defense starting to anticipate the call.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Taylor will throw.
They'll set up the screen for Hall.
Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. This will wind up a loss on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
The Folks kick is good.
And they take the lead here by 2, 12-10. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing, Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Cousins now.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
And points on their first two possessions, a touchdown and a field goal, but this time, defense stands strong.
Would you say that things maybe are trending now in the right direction for them?
Better than drives 1 and 2.
There's no doubt about it. Now maybe they can exhale a little bit, gather themselves, and really get back into this game.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Returnable here for Davis. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Looking to put a drive together. Play action, now Taylor. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. 9 yards on the first down. Keeper, and it's 2nd and 1. A little do-it-yourself run right there, and a nice game.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
Straight ahead is Hall. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. Okay, 2nd and 1, you get nothing. What now on 3rd and 1?
Sorry about that. I was so excited I jumped in on you. This is almost like practice to me. Line it up and do it again. You didn't get it right the first time. Just get right back on the ball and go. It doesn't matter that they know you're coming. You ought to be able to pick up this short yardage.
Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. 1st down.
It's been a good drive so far. They just wanted to keep it going, so they call low-risk, low-reward play. No one's worried about picking up big yardage here. Quarterback sneak, keep the chains moving, and pick up another 1st down.
On a delay of game there, they could not get the playoff in time.
Frustrating for the head coach. Frustrating for the offense. Sometimes you have to get the play call in a little bit quicker.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Now it's Taylor. Over the middle, the catch made by Mitchell. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Taylor.
Now he'll tuck this and run.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Taylor able to use those legs of his to pick up a first.
No shortage of impressive moments from him thus far. Now he's halfway to the century mark, and we're still in the first half. There's been no answer for his running ability so far by the defense. I can't wait to see what adjustments they'll have to make during the halftime break.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
They'll run with Hall.
And he is in. Touchdown, New York.
Breece Hall
Punching it in from a yard away. And they are able to add on to their advantage. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
So out come the Falcons now.
The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10.
Cousins. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Throwing is Cousins.
And this will be caught by Mooney.
They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Makes it 3rd and
4. This now a 3rd and 4.
From the gun, here's Cousins. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And unfortunately, he's able to reel it back in, but it's going to go down as a big loss here on the play. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
On now to punt. Here's Bradley Pinion.
Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Jets going to take over now late in this first half. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37.
Now he's going to step up and run.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
2nd and a couple.
Now it's Taylor.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Now Taylor. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
So on 4th down, Austin McNamara comes on to punt.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
And the Falcons going to get one more drive here in this first half. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle.
Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now.
He's on his way.
And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play.
17.
It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Falcons offense ready to get going to begin this 3rd quarter. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the 3rd quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the 3rd quarter. I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Here's Cousins.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted.
And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Cousins pass intercepted.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
And he's brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
A gain of 2.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively.
Hall again on 2nd down.
Just a couple on the ground there. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the 2nd down carry.
But that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. Now Taylor.
Now he'll tuck this and run.
And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10.
10 yards.
Oh, man. Just when the D thought they had the answer for him, he went and changed the question. Surprises him by taking off himself. Is able to set up his offense pretty with a 1st and goal.
They'll give to Hall.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
This time Taylor will throw. caught. Touchdown, Jets. Alan Lazard, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Jets take advantage of the short field and finish it off with a quick touchdown. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Extra point up and good by Folk. And that makes this a 9-point game.
Falcons 17.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Jay Tufele able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot.
Well, this has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks, pair that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
Cousins. Here's a screen for Robinson. Oh, he shifts past him. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
To throw is Cousins. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a 1st down for the Falcons.
So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only 1st down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down.
That's out wide here for Robinson. Calling a gain of a yard. 3rd and 7 now.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. So out now come the Jets. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit with play action and throw the ball.
And will they find out?
64 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Across the formation, he finds Ruckert.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards.
First down.
Second and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Off the play fake, here's Taylor. No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
Give the Hall running right.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down. Here's Taylor. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. David Onyemata able to get outside the numbers and drop him for a loss of a yard.
He's certainly one of those quarterbacks that can burn you with his mobility, but that time able to hem him in and get him to the ground.
Perfect descriptor right there about how they kept him in the pocket. Excellent job of containment, but they were still able to continue to bring such strong pressure without letting him escape. But how about those guys in the secondary as well? Kept the coverage tight, plastered to the receivers, and left no real options for him to throw it downfield.
The Falcons ready to take over.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for second down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
We saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Cousins to throw it. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Cousins going to bat it forward here on the jet sweep.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 16, first down Falcons.
Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with it or he has to be passed off to a Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
10 more there and another first down. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, "I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along."
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll be second in a couple.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 23-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the fourth. More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. Back to the ground with Robinson. And they're knocking on the door now. As a good run there, going to take this to about the 10-yard line. 124 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They'll run with Robinson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. There was Will McDonald bursting in there and making that play.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Again, it's Robinson. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit, a great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage lost. And it'll be intercepted.
And the Jets are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
After the interception, here's Taylor.
He gets it underneath to Hall.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Oh, what a great job defensively to stack things up. They were committed to stopping the run. They knew it was coming. And now it looks like they should get the football back as they force an important 3 and out.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. A officially that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby.
And it will be Falcon football.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Now Cousins.
That is incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw, Cousins.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
It may be only a gain of 3 yards, but that back, he deserves a lot more credit on the play. That could have easily been stopped at the line, but his vision and his determination found some space to turn it into that modest gain.
Now Cousins.
The throw out wide going to be incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Cousins now.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 42. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? They'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
2nd down and 4. Robinson up the middle.
He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Off the play fake, Cousins. Going right side here, and that's complete. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the first down.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Cousins from the gun on third.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
A big one coming now for the kicker, Zane Gonzalez. He made his first attempt, this from 45. Gonzalez's kick is good, and that'll move him back within 6 now. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And New York set to take the field. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Now Hall to start the drive. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 78 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Well, a clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Incomplete.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't. But he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Taylor incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
I have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now it's Taylor.
He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Here's the Jets punter now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field.
Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the 2nd half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here.
Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
Play action now. Cousins. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
On the give, here's Robinson.
Pushing through the contact. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
First down, Atlanta.
And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
I know a lot of people won't like the draw called in that situation, but every now and then that pops big. In this case, it didn't happen.
Here's a 2nd and 7.
Cousins gets this one out wide quickly. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
That's another Falcons first down. A gain of 9 yards. And a Falcon first down.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here.
Cousins to throw.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Under 90 seconds to go. Here's 2nd and 10.
Cousins. He'll get this into the hands of Hodge. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point you have to have a splash play in there as well.
A big play here. Crowd on their feet. 3rd and 4.
Here's Cousins. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
At the 26-yard line.
This is 1st and 10. There's Mooney with another catch. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
They'll come up now on 2nd down.
Now Cousins.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Here we go, first and goal.
He'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. And now they're an extra point away from winning this thing in the final seconds. They got the dramatic score to tie the game here late fourth quarter. Now all eyes resting on the foot of one man.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And your brother called me before the game. That's his guy in fantasy. He needs this one badly.
A very important extra point there, up and good. And that might be enough to win them the football game as they now take the lead in the final seconds.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Kene Nwangu now out of his end zone. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The New York set to take the field.
20-yard line.
And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there. That is taught and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
They'll come up first and 10 here. Now Taylor.
Over the middle, the catch made by Mitchell. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at their 48-yard line.
Here's 2nd down.
One last shot for Taylor. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we sign off from MetLife Stadium.